Hi guys, hi, my name is Rhea and this is Rhea Reads. Oh my gosh, so I decided to start this channel because I freaking love reading books. I started reading again a couple years ago. I would say probably 2022. The first book that actually got me into reading again was The Silent Patient. That book, so good. I don't know how to say his last name, but it's by Alex, and I'll put his name up here. He got me into reading, and I just realized from that book that I like psychological thrillers. Actually, not like, I love psychological thrillers. I love a good mystery, okay? I love a good twist. And ever since then, especially in last year in 2024, I started to read a lot more psychological thrillers, and I started off with Frida McFadden, okay? I think she right now is, and even in 2024, is one of my favorite authors, because I've read I've read a couple books by her and none of them have flopped for me, okay? They've been so good. But anyway, since then I've been reading a lot of psychological thrillers. I've been reading a couple of romance, okay, and a couple of fantasies, okay? So I'm just gonna go over like a couple books that I've read, but I also want to share the goal of this channel, or the point of this channel as well. I'm just gonna go through this so you can get a general idea of what I read, okay? I read The Housemaid last year, so good. One by One this year, for my January or February book, so good. Riley Sagar, he's good. I want to get into his books more because this book was so good. I loved it. The Other Mistress by Shannara Williams, love this. I got into Octavia E. Butler. This book is Kindred. It is a science fiction book, I believe, and this book, oh my gosh, had me like in a chokehold, okay? I experienced so many different emotions with this book. Crazy. I will definitely be reviewing this and sharing my thoughts on this, okay? I read Before I Let Go. I've seen a couple of my favorite YouTubers read this. I am not really a romance person. However, this book was so freaking good. It took me a minute to read though, and I only say that because it's a romance book. I'm not really super big on romance, but occasionally I don't mind reading romance. I dipped my foot into a fantasy in the very first fantasy book that I read last year, or was it this year? I think it was last, I don't remember, but I read it recently, and it was Legendborn. This book is so good. You see how thick this is? But anyways, this was a really great book, and I will definitely be reviewing and sharing my thoughts on this as well. The books that I am reading so far this year, or I've read recently, so I did just finish The Housemaid's Secret. So good. I love this one better than The Housemaid. I know people debate about it, but my fave. The books that I'm currently reading right now, or will be reading soon, is The Coworker by Frida McFadden and Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. All right, let's get in with what's the point of this channel is. I just want to share you a couple of books that I've read last year and this year, just so you can have a general idea of the books that I do. But I really am creating this channel because I love reading, and I just really want to build a community where we can all share our thoughts about the books that we have read. So far right now, I don't have a lot of friends or family who enjoy reading as much as I do, and even if they do not read the same dramas as me, and I'm not in any book clubs. But I really just wanted to have somewhere or someone or people in general to share like thoughts with. Like when I'm reading these books, I usually bother my boyfriend. He's not really a reader, but I bother him and telling him details and how I'm feeling and the emotions that I feel from these books. And sometimes my grandmother, I do share that with her as well. But I want to have people who also read these books to, you know, share thoughts with, to, you know, get a sense of like how they felt about the book, you know, what they thought about that plot twist or this plot twist or whatever character. And yeah, so that's why I'm like creating this community. So to share, like, I'm gonna do a bunch of TBR list updates, I'm gonna do book hauls, I'm gonna do reviews, but my reviews are gonna be like in-depth reviews, like detailed reviews. So for the people who have already read the book, I want to hear like people's thoughts, and I want to share my thoughts about the book Right now, like a lot of the reviews that I see on TikTok or even on YouTube, a lot of the times it's just like a general review and like a rating, but I want to give more than that. So if you are interested in that, if you're interested in book hauls, if you're interested in like TBR list updates, if you are interested in an in-depth review of a book and rating, I would highly suggest that you subscribe, like this video, and comment down below if you read any of these books that I just showed you, any thoughts that you have on the book, any like ideas, or any of the books that you want me to do an in-depth review of. And yeah, so that's pretty much what my book channel is going to be about. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.